Greetings and welcome to the holiday book launch of Paige's Super Friends by authors Nalani and Leila Butler. My name is Love and I'm a team member with Book Butler Publishing Company. And we are so very excited to be here to celebrate the launch of this new book, which is book number 2 in a series created by these marvelous authors. So let's get to talking to Nalani and Leila and find out what they're all about.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Miss Love. I'm Nalani Butler, a sister and co-host of this book, or co-author of this book, and I'm going to share a little bit about me. I attend the University of Virginia. I just finished my first semester this past week. And this is a picture of the university, although I have never seen it because of quarantine. So this is what Google has told me that the University of Virginia looks like. During quarantine, aside from coursework, I've been keeping busy by spending time with family, especially game nights. So we play a whole bunch of different games.
Monopoly, some games on the Wii like Mario Party 8.
We just learned, we're learning spades and we're getting really competitive with spades.
Yeah, and then I think our favorite game to play with our family would probably be Mexican Train.
Yes, Mexican Train. I also, during quarantine, have started driving, and I'm a pretty good driver. I have parked a little wonky before, but I'm getting better. So yeah, that's family has really been helping me through this time, especially being able to write this book during quarantine as well with my sister. So that's how we're sticking through this tough time. So now you're gonna get to learn a little bit about my sister.
Awesome.
Co-author.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Leila. I'm a sister and co-author to this book. So a little bit about me is one of my favorite pastimes to do with my family is to travel. And so that picture in the top left-hand corner was actually taken in Paris. It's of the Arc de Triomphe. And that vacation, I think, was a couple years ago in the summer.
That trip.
Yeah, it was our first time out of the country and we went to Europe. We went to Paris, London, and Madrid. And I think so far it's been one of my favorite trips that we've taken. And sadly, we haven't been able to take a lot of trips because of COVID. But we're still trying to do things that we can do. Like how Nalani said, we're playing a lot of games. And I also started driving. I'm getting pretty good. Highest I've gone is 18 miles per hour so far. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, I hope you're not behind her on the road.
But yeah, another thing about us is the other picture is our dog named Bentley. We got him for Christmas, I think, in 2011.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a funny story because Bentley was under the tree right next to Leila and she didn't even see him. And I had stood up to get another present and he was right there. And we had always said that we wanted a dog and written dog for Christmas on our Christmas list. But I don't think we really expected to get one. And so when I saw it, I didn't think it was real at first. And I asked my dad, I was like, Bobby, is it real? Is it really a dog? And he was like, look at it, open it. And so I opened it, and so I saw the dog before Leila saw it because I don't even know how she missed it.
Okay, so there are a couple reasons. One, Bentley has always been a very quiet dog. He never barks. He's always so quiet. So it's like, it was very easy for me to not notice that he was there.
Right. Unlike our second dog, Bruno, who's very loud.
Yes, very. He barks all the time. Oh, and another reason is because it was very late that night. We had just woken up at like midnight to open presents and I was tired. My eyes probably were starting to go back to sleep. That's another excuse that I'm gonna give. And then, so some of our favorite Christmas traditions.
Yeah, in the light of the Christmas theme, we wanted to share some of our favorite Christmas traditions for the holiday season. So
yes. Recently, one of the Christmas traditions we've been doing is cookie decorating, which we do on Christmas Eve. We invite a couple friends over. We weren't able to do that many people this year, but we just decorate cookies, listen to music, and have a great time.
Yes, one of the reasons we place such an emphasis on Christmas Eve is because we celebrate the holiday Noche Buena, which is celebrated by it's a Hispanic tradition that we celebrate with our mom's side of the family, which is from Guatemala. So on Christmas Eve, we also open presents early at 12 midnight, which is why Leila didn't see Bentley, why she claims. But yeah, so we really enjoy Christmas and being able to celebrate both days.
Yes, and then later, Christmas Day, we have a big family dinner, eat lots of amazing food. It's kind of like a second Thanksgiving. We have a mixture of traditional American food and then traditional Latin food.
Yes, best meal of the year.
Yes.
Awesome. That is amazing. This year has been a little bit different. I haven't really been able to participate in a lot of the family traditions, but this year my husband and I kind of just started a he and I cooking together tradition for the holidays, and we even did a little bit of baking. So we were still able to really enjoy the holidays, even though we couldn't see the family. But we did do a big Zoom thing with all the cousins and my grandmother and my mom and aunts. So that was really incredible. So we all kind of just grabbed our snacks. We sang Christmas carols and just, a couple people got up and danced. Oh, that was a show. So I think that, some of those things could, easily be incorporated as just an extension, of things that you can do, especially if you have family, that can't travel, even in the future. So, but I love your Christmas traditions, especially that one of opening the gifts at midnight.
Yeah.
So, in the spirit of giving, we have also done a gift giveaway. And so we've already drawn names according to people who have sent in their names to be drawn. And our first winner is Diane A. Let's give it up for Diane of Maryland. So you have won a copy of Paige's Super Friends, and we will be sending that out to you. And so please enjoy.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Yes. So now that you've learned a little bit about us as authors, we want to share with you guys a little bit about the third part who was really integral in creating this series. And so that is our author. His name is Victor Hernandez.
Our illustrator.
Yes, illustrator.
Victor Hernandez. This book would not be possible without his illustrations. They really bring the character and what we envision to life for this book. So
yes.
Without further ado.
Hey, my name is Victor, the artist behind Paige Saves the Day. A little bit about me. I got my start drawing Ninja Turtles when I was little. From there, I began making my own characters, all the way to winning awards in school. When I was in the running to be chosen to illustrate Paige Saves the Day, I was given a description of a quirky girl who dresses in mismatching clothes. I got the idea that maybe her personality might be less her fashion taste and more a creative mind. First, we started with some character drawings, something to get the feel for the character's proportions and look. This is an animation I did for the promo video. Like with all illustrations, I started with a sketch, made some adjustments, outlined and colored, and finally detailed. And there you have it.
That is absolutely, that is absolutely amazing. The illustrations is one of my favorite parts of the book. Of course, I love the storyline, and I love the character Paige herself, and he really just brings this character to life. Yeah. And I love her dressing. I love the way
he definitely does. We gave him notes about what we wanted Paige to look like based on her personality and with all the other characters, and he really was able to bring that vision to life, and we really saw Paige in there. We had talked to a couple illustrators, and he was the one who really
caught our eye and caught our attention. Like we felt like he was the one who was able to illustrate Paige the way we saw in our minds.
Awesome.
So a little bit about the book series. There are 2 books in the Paige series so far. The first one is Paige Saves the Day, which is about Paige, the main character, who experiences bullying at school. And to cope with it, she uses her imagination and creativity to create these crazy stories where her and her dog Peppermint are superheroes. And she shares these stories with her family and her friends,
who are her biggest support system and cheerleaders. And the second book is a direct follow-up to the first book. The first book leaves you on a cliffhanger, and the second book picks up right from there. And we won't give too much away, but it carries the story along, and
very interesting.
Yes,
very interesting.
So we wanted to talk more about Paige because a lot of our questions from our readers surround Paige and her character, especially how we developed her, how we created her character, her characteristics. So we wanted to share this promotion video to show Paige and her character from her perspective.
Yeah.
The following preview has been approved for all audiences by me. Hi, I'm Paige. I'm usually a happy kid. I have a great mom and the most amazing friends. Oh yeah, and my dog Peppermint, the best sidekick ever. But there are also villains in my story who will stop at nothing to make every day worse than the day before. The day is always safe though, because I am faster, stronger, super.
Wow, that video, I'm telling you, I know it's basically made for children, but I get inspired every time I see the video because no matter how old you are, how young you are, they're villains of every age. You know, there's always going to be a negative force that's out there. And just to hear the affirmations to say, listen, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I know that I can overcome whatever this is. That is just so inspiring and so inspirational. How did you ladies develop this character with this type of amazing attitude?
Definitely. Well, we wanted to make sure that she was positive and had a positive influence. One of the motto of Book Butler Publishing Company is publishing with purpose, and that's exactly what we aim to do. We wanted to create a main character that embodied positivity. We wanted her to be creative and persevere through her struggles. Yeah. We purposely wanted to talk about themes of bullying, especially because we know that a lot of kids go through that. Leila even was a victim of bullying in elementary school. We also wanted to target themes of individuality and self-image,
honesty.
Yes.
And one thing that we wanted to place a major emphasis was diversity. Growing up, it was a lot harder not having really any representation in the media. Yeah. And so we wanted to fill that void and create a character who is biracial. And we kind of, like, some of her characteristics are kind of similar to ours, with like the big curly hair,
Yes.
And I think that was one of our main reasons in creating Paige.
So the diversity is seen throughout the cast. Quentin, one of her friends, is African American. Darcy is an Asian American, and we have Caucasian characters as well. Even in one of the stories that Paige creates in the book includes a diverse character. So we wanted to have a diverse cast throughout the entire book and throughout the series as well. With each book, we aim to improve and add more diversity where we can. Diversity is even seen in situations. Paige lives in a single parent household, for example. That's something that we related to, but also never saw in the media, and especially books. We want kids to be able to identify with who they're reading about and get excited about reading. So
and really normalize these situations. A lot of the times kids feel that they're different and like in a bad way because of these situations, and we want them to like know that it's okay if you come from a single parent household or if you are diverse. Like, we want to normalize this stuff.
And even be able to talk about it. We wanted our book to be an outlet for parents, other adults, and children to be able to have those hard to talk about conversations.
Yes.
So.
Well, I really think that is amazing and admirable. I mean, I'm a product of a single parent household as well. And, but it was funny for me when I was coming up, I didn't realize that it was a category for a single, parent household until I got to high school, because then I started seeing more people in a 2-parent household. And I didn't know how to then react to that. And so I think for me, having a book like this or a platform to really be able to talk about it, because then I did start feeling a little like out of place or something like that, because I didn't understand what it was like to, have, both parents in the same household or whatever. But so I just think that the fact that you all can recognize that these are issues that kids would want to and need to talk about, and especially with the bullying, like, how can a child come home and say, I'm being bullied, or even tell their parent and then the parent know exactly, how to address the situation. So I kind of look at your books as you have said, as a tool, kind of giving guidance and kind of just, opening, having an opening for the dialogue, for constructive, conversations about it, and getting kids to talk to each other about it,
Definitely. So now that we've told you kind of the behind the scenes of the first book and talked about the first book, we wanted to talk about the second book, which is why we're here celebrating. Second book, Paige's Super Friends. We wanted to share a couple of the pages to get you guys as excited as we are about this book.
But first, before we do that, we want to talk a little bit about the writing process in creating this book. We wrote this book over the summer, and it was a lot different than writing the first book, Paige Saves the Day, because this time we had our brother's help, and he helped a lot with the book, and we really enjoyed being able to work with our younger brother.
Having conversations with him were the reason we felt the need to publish the first book, because he was dealing with some of the themes that we made a point of in the first book. And so to have him contribute to the second book was really meaningful for us. He was very excited to help out. Future author in the making. So that was very exciting. In this second book, we also had another meaningful aspect, which was our dedication to educators, which have had great impact in us being successful students. And during Corona, during this unprecedented time, they have gone beyond their role as teachers to help children in various aspects. And so we wanted to dedicate this book to them.
Awesome. Beautiful.
So we're going to start reading the first pages
Of the book.
Paige, dear, it's time to wake up and get ready for school. Hurry, or you'll miss the bus.
Paige wakes up in a panic. Mom, where's Peppermint? I just had the worst nightmare.
Paige, I'm sure you're just nervous about your first Fling Fling rehearsal after school today. There is no need to worry. Peppermint is downstairs probably trying to eat the lunch I made you.
Mom, is it? Paige asks.
Yes, I made your favorite, the Paige special. And this time I didn't forget the syrup, her mom interrupts.
Paige hurries to get ready and kisses Peppermint goodbye as she rushes to the bus.
Autumn, Quentin, Tommy, and Darcy await Paige's arrival as Miss Daisy announces that class will begin in 10 minutes.
Paige speeds into class. Guys, I had the most terrifying nightmare ever.
Oh no, not a nightmare, exclaimed Autumn.
Does it at least involve superheroes? Asked Quentin.
Sadly, no. Paige responds with a dramatic shake of the head.
Hmm.
Paige starts. It was dark, so dark, probably the darkest night I have ever seen. The wind was howling, and the leaves were blowing, and there was a strange noise coming from the backyard. Suddenly, Peppermint dove through the doggy door to investigate. I quickly jumped to my feet to follow. As I opened the door, there it stood.
Ah.
So that's where we're leaving you off today. We
Mhm.
can't give you too much, but if you're as excited as we are about this book, I hope you are. Definitely order your copy. If you haven't read the first book, definitely order that one as well. Make sure to read both of them. You can order them on our website, thebookbutler.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Awesome. Well, that brings us to our second giveaway of the day. And our winner is Sonia P. Yay!
Congratulations.
And Sonia will get a t-shirt and a copy of the book as well. So congratulations, Sonia. Enjoy. So now we're going to have a little Q&A. So some of our readers have sent in some questions, but I have a quick question really quick. Well, I just said quick twice, but I have a brief question. So we know what Paige's, what her Paige's special is. Do you all have a special, a Nalani special, a Leila special of your favorite type of meal?
We don't have like a quirky type of meal, but I think one of my favorite meals would probably be either tacos or chicken nuggets and French fries.
Okay.
not quirky at all.
Those are the two best meals though.
Yeah, maybe we should have our own special.
Yes, I think that would be great. Yes.
Take some
I
notes.
don't have a quirky meal either, but I just was wondering, but yeah. So, and what about your fashion sense? Do you all dress a little bit like Paige? Like she likes to put the stripes and the polka dots and plaids together, or are you guys kind of, just matchy with your colors?
Yeah, I would say I'm definitely very matchy.
Same, but in the past I used to wear a lot of mismatched patterns.
Okay.
There are a lot of embarrassing pictures taken from me during that time.
Well, we'll have to show some of those, just to, see the Paige influence.
Paige's style is great though. The colors, they're great.
Yes.
Yeah. Love her cut. I love her style and individuality. And, and that's just so important, especially in this day and time. So many people, for a long time, people have just kind of been the same, but a lot of people use fashion these days to show their own individuality and as a way of expressing themselves.
Definitely.
So what is your favorite thing about Paige? What is your favorite characteristic about Paige that you all have created?
I think my favorite characteristic would probably be how positive she is and how she really tries to be a good person and a good role model for people.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not mean. I think
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
would be my favorite thing because in the world, there are a lot of mean people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need a lot more positivity in this world,
Yeah.
which I enjoy that Paige brings in her story.
Awesome.
Definitely. Even when in the first book, when Brooklyn takes her story and all of that happens, Paige doesn't tell on her. Paige remains true to her character and stays positive, and instead helps her in allowing her group to join them. And so I really like the positivity about Paige, but I really admire her creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We are very creative ourselves and we value creativity. And so that was one of the things we really wanted to make a point with Paige's character
Mm-hmm.
and her stories. I love how she comes up with those stories.
Yes.
And I think just her quirky sense of character.
And her uniqueness.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Well, another question was basically as far as the what's going on with the pandemic. Have you noticed how children may be dealing with the pandemic as far as anything they can learn from your book in order to try to stay positive?
Okay. I think with the pandemic, it's been a lot harder on children not being able to really interact with others.
Mhm.
I know, like, we've seen it in our brother. He's had a harder time not being able to interact with his friends and in
Mhm.
class, like in person.
Yeah.
But I think they can really learn about like just trying to stay positive during these times. I know we know it's hard and we're not able to do everything that we want to, but kind of look at it as a glass half full instead of the half empty type of thing.
Oh, very good.
Just like we've been doing through during quarantine, valuing the family time that we have. I was supposed to be at college right now,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have had this time with my family to write this second book, to have these family game nights and everything. So looking at the more positive things, I know for kids it's harder. We've been able to talk to kids and present our books to them. And when we have Q&As, they're always so excited. I know they're missing that interaction and they love talking to us and asking questions. So I know it's a lot harder for them. You can just see through their excitement to finally be able to talk to other people besides the people in their household. But just to look at the positive things that you have and to value those things.
And appreciate them. Yeah. That's a big
Yes.
part of
Okay.
what we've learned from this past year is appreciating everything you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, because I mean, you just never know, what the next moment is going to bring. What I do like also about Paige, as you were kind of alluding to, is her leadership ability, so that, she and her ability to bring other people, to the table and bring different groups together.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of that in talking with the children that you have spoken with, in doing your book readings and other events that you do with the children?
Well, we do have kids that talk to us that I can tell that they're natural born leaders and that they know what they want to do. There are a lot of kids who ask us about publishing books. They already want to get
Oh,
a
wow.
start on careers as authors, and I think that's amazing.
Yes.
We haven't gotten the opportunity to see kids in person, of course, due to this time.
Okay. That's right.
So we haven't been able to work in groups with kids or do any of those other activities. But I think a lot of the leadership is seen in their initiative to take action and start writing and
like follow their dreams kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what's next for Paige? So we know we have Paige Saves the Day is book 1, Paige's Super Friends is book 2. Is there a book 3 on the rise?
Yes, we plan to have at least 4 parts of this book. And so, yes, there will be a 3rd book coming.
A 3rd and later a 4th.
And hopefully
Awesome.
We'll see. We're also in the process of developing other projects as well. So stay tuned, which you can do through our social medias.
Yes.
Our Instagram and our Twitter are at the BBPC, and our Facebook is at Nalani and Leila. Our YouTube, which is not included in here, is the Book Butler Publishing Company. And so this is where you'll get information about upcoming events, future projects that we're working on, sales,
and just like be able to keep up with what we're doing. So make sure you follow us on those social media pages and help us to share the love.
Awesome. Well, you ladies are just so amazing and so inspiring. So on behalf of Book Butler Publishing Company, we want to continue to congratulate you on your awesome writing and all of the awesome leadership responsibilities that you are taking on in leading people into diversity and inclusion and cultural acceptance and individuality. And thank you so much for your dedication to the educators. We definitely appreciate all the hard work that they do, and especially during this time of the pandemic. And a special thanks to all of our readers, to our viewers. Thank you so very much for joining us. And we just hope that this holiday season, although it was probably a little bit different than what we're all used to, but we hope that you were safe, that you were happy, and that you were healthy, and that if we just keep hope alive, that we will see better days to come, and we will really be able to continue to enjoy each other in a great and fabulous way. So thank you so very much. Thanks to everyone. Happy holidays. And we are sending you lots of love. Take care.
Thank you guys for coming. And thank you, Miss Love, for doing this with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.